Big changes are on the way in the weather department. I'll have all the details on what you can expect and how low those temps will go coming up.
Now on Good Morning Augusta, the city of Harlem honoring a legend, what they're doing to prepare for the Oliver Hardy Festival, plus a coyote attack in South Carolina, why officials say it's becoming more frequent. And later, a new art exhibit set to open at the Jesse Norman School of the Arts, when you can experience it, as your number one source for local weekend morning news starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
Well, good morning, sunshine. Thanks for joining us. It's great to see you. I'm Sean Cabbage-Duck. Coverage you can count on begins with the Richmond County Sheriff's Office searching for a woman accused of making terroristic threats. Investigators say 21-year-old Rashida Ashanti Copeland made threats against the Children's First Learning Academy on Davis Road yesterday. We're told she's known to frequent the 4,000th block of Riverwatch Parkway. Contact the Sheriff's Office if you know where she may be. A family is warning others after they were attacked by a coyote. Amelia and Robert Wiggins live on James Island near Charleston. They say one afternoon they were in their backyard when a coyote attacked both Amelia and the family's dog. Robert was able to stop the attack, but both Amelia and the dog were injured.
As I pulled up, I noticed that Ada was sniffing the air, and then she let loose barking and took off to my backyard. So as I came up the walkway, I told my dad, I'm going to see what she's barking at. I could see her facing off with something at the fence. And as I looked down, I could see a reddish brown head pushing through it. At first, I thought it was a fox, and I was going to push it back through. Then I realized I was looking at a coyote.
My goodness. Well, the South Carolina Department of Environmental Control says the increase in coyote encounters in the Lowcountry is likely a result of the animal's habitat shrinking due to development. Closer to home, the 34th Annual Oliver Hardy Festival is today in downtown Harlem. It's from 9 until 4. A parade will start at 10. Tiffany Hobbs takes a look at how the city is preparing.
You may recognize Oliver Hardy as one half of the famous comedic duo Laurel and Hardy. In his birthplace of Harlem, the city is getting ready for the 34th annual festival that brings the community together to celebrate his legacy.
I'm excited, but I'm scared because I hear there's like 10 to 15,000 people coming.
This year's festival is back on North Louisville Street in the heart of Harlem. Megan Foster tells us there are more than 120 vendors this year.
3 food courts, plus the parade, we do that too. We also have entertainment on the stage as well throughout the day.
Exciting attractions include a kids zone at City Hall, a new rest area, the return of the costume contest, and movies on old school reels at the museum.
It's like the old cellulose acetate films. So that's cool. Yeah, so you get to hear it running in the background too while the movie's watching.
And if you step into the museum on Saturday, you might run into little Ollie.
I'll still be here. He's always here. He's here just to welcome everybody. I never get old.
At the museum, you can find a rich visual history of Oliver Hardy and the impact he made as one half of Laurel and Hardy.
It's 9 different places where they have like museums and places that have memorabilia. And of course, the number 2 is Harlem, Georgia. Tons of photos. And every now and then somebody will just send us one. And it'll be a priceless thing.
With all of the excitement, business owner Sean Lee is looking forward to just one thing at this weekend's festival.
I'm just expecting to have a really good time, meet a lot of people, even though it's a brief time. And I want to really showcase what the city of Harlem is about, which is about community.
Yeah, and that was Tiffany Hobbs reporting for us. The festival again begins at 9 and the parade will start at 10. A free community health fair is headed to the Bethel Community Church. Today, the Walter N. Alzheimer's is happening in Aiken County at the Aiken Steeplechase. Opening ceremonies begin at 10. Our very own Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller will be the MC. You have to arrive between 9 and 10 if you're participating. The Walter N. Alzheimer's is the world's largest fundraiser for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. A lot of people in New Ellington kicked off the Atomic City Festival Friday night. The annual festival takes place on Main Street in New Ellington. It features the anticipated fireworks show. You can experience plenty of food and live music too.
We're going to have crafters, food trucks, food vendors. We'll have activities throughout the day for the kids. There's a petting zoo. There's some amusement rides here. We're going to have a trackless train that'll be good for them.
And the festival will start at 10 this morning and end at 10 tonight. Meteorologist Sherry Sheely joins us now with a quick check of the forecast. A lot of great events happening. Hope we have some great weather for it.
We do. I think I can deliver on that one, Sean.
Yay.
Yeah, so great weather on tap, but certainly big changes on the way. But right now, looking at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam in Waynesboro, we've got the sky starting to lighten up a little bit as that sun starts to rise. Some clouds on the horizon as well, but it's set up for a beautiful day. But we did have a few sprinkles pop up early this morning, and some looks like still moving into the Midlands of South Carolina. But the main story here is this blue guy here is a cold front that's still passing through at this hour, and back behind it we've got drier air, cooler air, and big changes. But right now, temps in those upper 60s, 68 in Augusta, 66 in Barnwell, woo, tongue-tied there. Waynesboro, 67. Saluda, you're at 63 degrees, so a nice cool morning. Right now, wind's not too bad. It looks like up to 7 miles per hour, but today it will get a little breezy at times, so expect some gusty conditions with winds coming from the northwest. So with those winds and also that drier air, we do have some fire alerts. So Hancock, Washington, Johnson County has a high threat all day today. Most of the rest of the CSRA, a low threat, but still something to be concerned with. So fast forecast today, a nice day, a little bit on the cooler side from yesterday, but the big changes are coming tomorrow morning. So we'll have all the details on what's coming up in your full forecast. Back to you, Sean.
And I can't wait. Sherry, thank you. Well, President Biden again defending a local organization is working to keep Augustans clean. How the Augusta Rescue Mission plans to give folks a fresh start.
The fight against child trafficking.
We do have children out here who are doing things because they don't have shoes, they don't have clothes. So you'll find them exhibiting these behaviors to get these needs met.
News Channel 6's Barclay Bishop shows you how a local youth program is turning lives around, one child at a time.
We're able to jump on top of them really quick before they get too far into trafficking.
Hidden in plain sight, Tuesday on Good Morning Augusta. These days, designing for people.
Congratulations, News Channel 6.
On 70 wonderful years.
The Augusta Rescue Mission wants to make sure people have the services they need to stay clean. Bria Smith shows us a new initiative.
A fresh set of clothes can help you with things like getting a job or just having a good day. And that's why Augusta Rescue Mission's newly redeveloped laundry room will help make sure anyone can have a fresh start.
I think it's a good outreach for the community to come in and just relax and be able to wash and dry their clothes, and not their expense.
David Blunt has been a resident with the organization for the past 9 months. He says he remembers what it was like.
The previous dryer, wash and dry that we have were they were a little bit run down, and which made it kind of a little difficult, for individuals at the time, and they just. But me myself, I got to adapt to it. I got used to it.
Rescue mission leaders tell me once they realized that change needed to happen, they received a grant from the Creel Harrison Foundation.
So this space is being used for outreach. We're going to open up Fresh Start Laundry Services, and this offers individuals and families to set an appointment with us and come in here and wash their clothes, all for free.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, each family or an individual will have about an hour and a half for each session to wash their clothes.
The goal at the end of the day is to help people who may be limited in their budgets to use a laundromat or have jobs and live in their cars but don't have anywhere to wash their clothes. We're providing laundry detergent, dryer sheets, obviously the equipment, and we'd love to be a full-service space. This is a self-service laundromat, but we'd love to provide everything they need.
The free services will begin mid-October, and all you'll have to do is sign up at Augusta Rescue Mission to guarantee your time slot. In Augusta, Bria Smith, WJBF, News Channel 6.
All right, Bria, thank you. The Augusta Rescue Mission is looking for donations of laundry-related items. Just go to our website for more information. Sherry has a check of your full forecast, and there's some changes on the way. She joins us next.
The News Channel.
Trade-in event. This is your chance to get great savings store-wide. Lazy Boy. Long live the lazy.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
So big changes are on the way, but right now let's take a look at what's going on our Skyview Network cam. Thanks to our friends at Terry Lambert Hyundai at Doctors Hospital. So we've kind of got a deck of clouds here. It looks like the sun is trying to peek up above it, but we do have some clouds moving through the CSRA this morning, but that's temporary because we've got sunshine on the way. Right now, temperatures in those upper 60s, 68. Winds picking up a little bit coming from the northwest right now at 7 miles per hour, but definitely could get pretty breezy today as we go through the day. No issues with visibility, and low dew points are going to be nice today. But let's take a look at what's going on across the nation. Let's play a little game of Spot the Cold Front. As you can see, we have the sharp gradient through here. You can see we've got 40s back behind it and 50s and 60s ahead of it. As we flip over to the satellite radar, there's that cold front. So it has moved through the CSRA right at the edge of it right now. So back behind it, we've got nice, dry, cooler air. But as you can see right along there, there is some cloud cover. And also, you might have noticed earlier this morning, might have had a few sprinkles as that cold front moved through. So nothing really measurable, but you know, if you get out and see some sprinkles on the windshield, that's where it came from. So moving on to our farmers forecast, we're not seeing improvements here, sadly. We now have a second stage of drought there in McCormick County, and that's ranging from Wilkes County to Saluda County in that first level of drought. So we need the rain. This little trace amount this morning is not going to do anything for us, and there's no chance of rain today or for the next couple of days. So keeping it dry, and sunrise coming in just a few minutes at 7:26. So let's take a look at the tropics. So we've got the remnants of Philippe moving towards New England today. But what we have to keep an eye on right now, we have this new development off the western coast of Africa. It's gaining strength and moving into favorable conditions. Probably going to be a tropical depression over the next 7 days. And why I'm keeping an eye on it, because if it becomes a named storm, the next name up is Sean. So we got to keep an eye on that guy and see what happens there. So our futurecast back at home today, look at these big changes temperature-wise for us. So right now, we do have that little bit of cloud cover still lingering, a few sprinkles in our most eastern counties. But as we move through the morning, we'll clear out and start to warm up a bit as that sun comes through. A little bit cooler than yesterday, but still a warm day in those upper 70s with lots of sunshine to enjoy. But once that sun goes down, the temperatures start dropping, and as we move through the early morning hours, check it out, temps in the 40s, 43 in Augusta, even some 30s picking up in Washington and McCormick. So certainly a cold night and cool morning, and then about 10-degree difference in our highs as well. So tomorrow only going to make it into those 60s. So certainly feeling like fall, and that's where we should be, right? But for your weekend forecast, about a 10-degree difference between your Saturday and Sunday, both in the low and high temperatures. So 10-day forecast. So a breezy day, a little cooler today, but again, the big changes come through overnight as we're looking at cool overnight lows in the 40s, possibly upper 30s, and a nice fall day tomorrow in the upper 60s.
And Sherry, I am ready for it.
I know you are.
Well, take a look at this. This is some great news. A local business is celebrating a birthday. Bridgestone teammates at the Aiken Passenger and Light Truck Tire Plant has celebrated 25 years of operations. So we've learned back in 1998, the plant has been a staple in the Aiken community as one of its largest employers. The Aiken plant has many sustainability-focused initiatives, including the company's first ground-based solar array that directly powers the manufacturing processes at the plant. Pretty cool. So Sherry, are Southern accents fading away with time? I know. What's trending is next.
I'm TK Wood.
Choose the scanner plan that's right for your home.
Hey y'all, welcome back. It's time to take a look at what's trending. So back to these accents. A recent study by the University of Georgia and Georgia Tech found that classic Southern accents here in Georgia are changing over time. So the study used recordings of white folks born the late 19th century to the early 2000s with a focus on vowel pronunciation. So, Southern accents significantly decreased with Generation X that's born between 1965 and 1982. Researchers are now looking into cross-generational accents among the black population in Georgia. So I hope this doesn't happen, because one thing I can say, Sherry, I can go up and down the East Coast, but when I come back home, I know I'm back home because you can hear that Southern accent.
Yeah, maybe it's just changing a bit, not going away.
Okay.
Think about it, you got like the deep Charlestonian Southern
Yes,
accent.
I love that too.
Then you got like Alabama accents.
Mhm.
So there's different Southern accents. So maybe we're just like blending to create a different sound.
Yeah.
But a unique one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Sherry, don't change. You're perfect just the way you are.
I'm afraid it's not going anywhere, folks.
I love it. Yes. Well, coming up on Good Morning Augusta is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we have two groups here in the CSRA, and they're raising awareness. We'll tell you about that. That's coming up. But first, let's send to New York, where Whit Johnson is standing by with a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America. Good morning, Whit.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, breaking overseas. Security alert in Israel. Also this morning, weekend weather outlook. More on the powerful cold front bringing flooding threats to the East Coast. And in the Midwest, the coldest air of the season expected to follow. Our team has the latest. And finally, it's a cruel fall. How Taylor Swift is taking over Halloween this year. From Swiftie costume inspiration to her October film release. Plus the jack-o'-lantern called Lewis, taking over our studio and the internet. You don't want to miss that. It's all ahead right here on GMA.
Some people hear the name good.
What if you could design the perfect furniture store?
That's easy. First, you'd have a low price guarantee so every single customer knows they're getting a great deal.
As great as the online prices?
Even better.
Then you add a great selection of quality furniture.
Personalized service.
Lots of customizable options.
And your own free designer.
Ooh, I like that.
Good, because our family name is proudly on it.
Is Weinberger's a perfect furniture store?
Yes, it is.
You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted, the Live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today. Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
And it's 7:29. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Sean Cabbage. We head back over to meteorologist Sherry Sheely for another check of our forecast. Sherry, some great temperatures. Maybe we can pull out those Christmas decorations and start decorating.
No, Sean. Hold your horses. It's not Christmas. It's fall, and it's going to feel like fall. So all the pumpkins, maybe some Halloween decor, but hold off on the Christmas just a little bit. But it is a beautiful day, starting off with a beautiful morning. Looking at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam in Swainsboro. We got a little bit of cloud cover there, but some pastel colors as that sun comes up to start this beautiful day. But the big story is this guy right here, the cold front that is coming through our area. So we did have a little bit of sprinkles of rain this morning, a little bit of cloud cover. But back behind it, we've got much drier, cooler air that's going to bring us lots of changes. Right now, temperature-wise, we're at 68 here in Augusta, 61 in Washington, 67 in Millen. So lots of 60s all across the board. Right now, winds are pretty light coming from the north at 7 miles per hour here in Augusta. But throughout the day today, winds will increase and could have some pretty breezy conditions with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Especially in the Hancock, Washington, Johnson counties, you are under a fire statement warning. The rest of us, a low threat, but certainly a threat and something to keep in mind as you go through your day today. Going to be beautiful, though, in the 60s this morning, warming up into the 70s later on this afternoon. But then once that sun goes down, those temperatures are really going to drop. So we're going to go over all this cold front's going to bring us for our weekend forecast and beyond coming up. Back to you, Sean.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a number of programs and services are available to help you reduce your risk. Lisa Ann Wheeler with the Georgia Department of Public Health and Angela Prince, she along with Lisa Ann are the co-founders of Reduce Your Risk. Ladies, thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely. Good morning.
Good
Nice
morning.
to see you.
And it feels like I'm sitting next to a celebrity because I see you all the time.
Oh, Lord. Okay. I'll sign an autograph after.
Okay, sounds good. Let's get right to it. First, tell me a little bit about some of the programs over at the Department of Public Health.
Right, so my program is specifically for women who are uninsured. It's the breast and cervical cancer screening program. Women who are uninsured, Georgia residents, underinsured also, those women that have a really large deductible, and a certain income guideline too.
Yeah.
So we bring them into the health department, comprehensive exam, height, weight, blood pressure, if they need their PAP and their HPV, clinical breast exam, and then a referral for their mammogram.
So let's talk about reduce your risk.
Yes.
And how did you and Angela become connected together?
Angela, you can start that story. It's a good
Sure.
one.
So, I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer back in 2015. I was a working mom, very busy. I was at a corporate position, working like 50, 60 hours a week, because I was in charge of people. So there are risk factors, and I think one of mine was stress. I think there's other signs too of breast cancer than just a lump, and I didn't know that. So I think in the span of a week, my lump grew to silent orange, and I couldn't, ignore it anymore.
My goodness.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I went in, stage 4. I went through 16 rounds of chemo, radiation. I went through surgery, and it took me about 2 years to heal. My eyebrows fell out, and they never grew back. So they always say your hair falls out, but my eyebrows fell off too. And I was like, okay, I look like a baby seal in the CSRA. I don't want to look like that anymore.
But you're still here, though.
I'm still here, right? Still. So I went on Facebook. I was part of a Facebook group, and I asked people, where would you guys get your eyebrows microbladed? I was like, I'm a cancer survivor, and I need somebody that specializes in that.
Yeah.
So I had some good recommendations. On top of that, someone saw that and reached out to me and was like, I want to do a news story on you. And I was like, here it goes. Because I'm a very private person, and I didn't tell anybody I had breast cancer for a long time. I went through treatment, all of that, and only my family knew. Because I just didn't want negative thoughts in my head. And, some people they don't mean to be negative, but they'll say, my uncle had cancer, he passed, and you know what I mean? And I didn't want that.
You'll get over this, you'll be fine.
Right. And I just didn't want any of that. Exactly. So Lisa Ann saw the news story.
Oh, okay.
I actually missed it.
Yeah.
I got home and my husband's like, you've got to see this story.
Yeah.
Saw it and then...
Yep. And so they had a doctor also on my news story talking about disparity with breast cancer. And in CSRA, it's the number 1 killer of Black women in the area, the number 1 cancer killer. And we get it 40% more than our counterparts, which is crazy. And we get the most evasive
and later
breast
stage.
Cancer, late stage. And we're diagnosed later. So there's all these factors that I didn't know, right? So
do you think it's because women are not getting those mammograms like they should?
There's a couple components to it.
Yeah.
That's part of it, of course. Dietary,
diet.
Diet, stress, lack of sleep. There's just lots of reasons.
There's a bunch of reasons.
Yeah.
Resources, lack of resources, so Lisa Ann's program is wonderful because it gives resources to women that would not otherwise have it. So she reached out to me, and I think you were new, right?
Fairly new. Yes.
And she was like, I need help getting the word out because, people don't come in, there's no funding for it. And so Carolyn, who is our counterpart, she's the founder of Reduce Your Risk. And she was like, she reached out to me too.
Oh, okay.
What was funny is that she was my breast cancer navigator back in 2015. And she was like, I saw you on TV. Do you remember who I am? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, I got this great idea about Reduce Your Risk. And I was like, Lisa Ann just reached out to me. I was like, how about we all connect
together?
All three of us. And that's how it was born.
Yes.
What are y'all able to do with the program, Reduce Your Risk?
We do a lot of outreach. That's one of the things, just getting the information out there. And Angela touched on the Know Your Lemons campaign.
Yes.
Game changer in our outreach. 12 signs of breast cancer. Women are only taught a lump, and there are 11 other signs. So lots of times when we're out, we have our pamphlets, our banners, and women will literally, they'll be like, oh my goodness, I have that sign.
Wow.
And women have been diagnosed off that sign.
If I was educated on those signs, those other signs of breast cancer, because I remember in school it was just a lump, and then you kind of forget because it's school. Like I'm 150 now, so it was a long time ago. But if I would have been educated, I would have found my breast cancer sooner because I had 7 of those 12 signs, and I didn't know. I kind of explained it away, like, oh, it's just a rash or.
An indent, something from my bra.
And of course I was busy, and I'm like, I'll just get it looked at later, until I couldn't ignore it anymore.
So how are you now, Angela?
I am great. I'm
amazing.
I was, I went through a lot, over the 2 years. I still was on a drug called Herceptin for a while because I was so late stage, but I got off of that in November. I still get checked every quarter just to make sure that everything's good, but I always say it was a small sacrifice for me to still be here and to still tell my story and still help other women, because that's the key. Like, we do a lot of outreach. We have free cooking classes every quarter, healthy cooking classes. We have a support group every third Monday of the month at the Augusta Elks Lodge. They've been so
super
wonderful to host us for free. And so we're just doing a lot of outreach. We have a lot of
we do our walks.
We have
the
monthly
third,
walks.
Third Saturday of every month we have a walk.
Yep.
So we share information, sometimes a nice recipe.
Yeah,
we kind of mix it up.
We like it.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. So just to educate women on the signs, give them information on how they can get their mammogram.
So what's the next events that you guys
Oh,
have?
we have some good stuff coming up. We have the Focus on Me event. It's on the 14th of October. That is 11 to 3 at May Park. Super fun. Just lots of resources, free food, entertainment. Tell me if I'm missing anything.
Nope, entertainment.
Yeah, it's low key. It's
fun.
just super fun. And our next event is, we have an awesome event coming up on October 18th at the mall. The mayor is going to proclaim October 18th Breast Cancer Awareness Day for Augusta.
Wow.
So he'll be there. The First Lady will be there. We'll have vendors, and it's going to be wonderful. And entertainment. Yes.
So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So 2 hours, right? 11 to 1.
11 to 1.
Okay,
That's
sounds
all.
good to me. So if folks want to join you guys or go to the different events, how would they reach out to you all?
So they can email us at reduceyourriskinc@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook at Reduce Your Risk Inc.
And also they can call me at the health department, 706-513-1033.
And we'll be right back.
The Live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. The Live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai.
Hey guys, it's Anna Christina. Be sure to catch Local Living this Saturday. We're hitting up a new restaurant for eating local called Marie's Caribbean Creole at Sultry Sound. Don't miss it. Saturday at 9:30.
Local Living, Saturday morning at 9:30 on News Channel 6.
Welcome to Davis Appliance and Furniture, where you can find the best deals in town. We offer new and used appliances, and we service what we sell. We offer no credit needed financing and delivery options to meet your needs. For the top brands and lowest prices in town, visit us at Davis Appliance and Furniture.
It's time
For a better us.
If you've been arrested for a DUI in Georgia, you may only have 30 days to protect your license or your privilege to drive here. Hi, I'm Tiffany Duncan of DUI Duncan, the DUI firm here in Augusta. Visit our website at DUIDuncan.com to see what we've done to help so many drivers. If you've been arrested for a DUI in Georgia, call me now for a free consultation. While the firm, of course, cannot guarantee results, we do guarantee hard work and fast action.
Remember the name, DUI Duncan.
It's a great time to get your lawn in shape with a new mower from Davis Appliance and Furniture. We offer no credit needed financing and delivery options to meet your needs. For the brands you trust at the lowest prices in town, visit us at Davis Appliance and Furniture.
Friday night was the opening reception for a new art exhibit in the Ann and Ellis Johnson Gallery, which is a part of the Jesse Norman School of the Arts. And it's for a good cause. The works displayed comprised the inaugural exhibit of a local artist, Dr. Tina Whitehouse. The centerpiece is a painting of the founder, Jesse Norman. Whitehouse says her passion for art is only topped by her passion for opera, so this show is a powerful merging of the two, and it's all for an important upgrade at the art school.
And they were kind enough to do it in support of our 20th anniversary and the fact that we really need a new roof. It's been 20 years since the old roof was put in place, and we're starting to get some leaks from the front of the building, and it's time for it to be repaired.
She is well known all around the world. In Paris, people know her more than they know her in Augusta. I saw this photo of her, and I remember her as a person, so I wanted to paint her, and I did render that painting just because I love her.
And you can see the exhibit for yourself at the Jesse Norman School of the Arts. It's in the Ann and Ellis Johnson Gallery, which is open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays from noon until 3. You can enter on 8th Street. The exhibit will be up through the end of October. Sherry has another check of your forecast next.
Drive, Riverwatch Parkway. AugustaMobility.com.
The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good morning. So it is going to be a beautiful day, but starting off, we've got a little bit of cloud cover here in the CSRA, and we can see that on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam at the Augusta Marriott. Got this nice little layer of clouds here that's covering up the beautiful sunrise, but it's trying to peep through as the sky is starting to lighten up there. So we did have a few sprinkles move through, especially the eastern part of the CSRA earlier this morning, and that is due to a passing cold front, and that is definitely our main story for today. But right now, feeling pretty good outside. It's 68 degrees. Winds picking up a bit, so light to calm winds coming from the northwest at 7 miles per hour, but no issues with visibility here right now. So again, the biggest thing is the temperature, so you can kind of spot the cold front there as we have this big gradient of 40s and 30s back behind the front, 50s and 60s ahead of it, and we are all going to be falling for this forecast this weekend as temperatures start dropping. So there's that cold front. It's draped across the east coast. It has technically passed through our area already. Back behind it, we've got those clouds, but way back behind it, much drier, cooler air moving into the area. So good news for those that are ready for those fall temps. Bad thing with it, with the drier air, definitely not getting any rain, and it is certainly needed as we are now seeing the second level of drought up in McCormick County and the first level with some dry soil from Wilkes over to Saluda County. So we definitely need the rain there, but unfortunately it is not in the forecast for this weekend or the first couple of days of the week. Even though we're at a surplus for the year, it hasn't really been spread out equally throughout the region. And here we go looking at that rain forecast. So again, nice and dry from Saturday through Wednesday. Next chance of rain coming in next week. Month of October starting off on the dry side, only a trace amount of rain really registering for this first week of the month. But again, big temperature changes on the way. So let's take a look at that future cast. So this morning we've got temperatures in the 60s there, feeling nice and seasonable. Might need a light jacket, but today it's going to be nice in those 70s. So a little bit cooler than yesterday, made it into the upper 80s. So already seeing some effects of that cold front today as we're only going to be in those upper 70s for your Saturday. But then once the sun goes down and we get into those nighttime hours, we'll start seeing temps fall from the 50s and into the 40s, even some areas maybe into the 30s. So certainly a big drop and feeling very chilly and fall-like for us, which sets up for a great Sunday, feeling like fall with temperatures in those 60s. And again, as we go into Sunday night, falling into the 50s and 40s as well. So a big change, but certainly where we should be this time of year as it is the fall season. So again, a big drop today in those upper 70s, tomorrow in the upper 60s with the cool mornings, and that will stick around for a couple days as we look at this cool down, and then we'll start climbing back to seasonable temps next week. So 10-day forecast, we've got breezy and cooler conditions today, but again, lots of sunshine sticking around, but it's the overnight hours and into your Sunday morning. Definitely going to need that sweater and that jacket handy as it's going to be on the cooler side, but feeling like fall. So enjoy these seasonal temps, and that's your forecast, and we'll be right back.
Hey, CSRA, enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning.
All right, fellas, thank you. Well, coming up at 9 o'clock on Good Morning Augusta, an alleged scam involving Title Max. We'll hear from two people who use the service and also what experts are saying about title loans. All of that and more coming up after Good Morning America.
The 10-day forecast on into News Channel 6 at 5:30 on the award recipient. No matter where you live, if you're in...
And Sherry, Halloween is a few weeks away. You said hold off on Christmas. So speaking about Halloween, this year it pays to show proof of extraterrestrial activity. The home security company Ring is offering $1 million to whoever captures scientific evidence of, quote, real extraterrestrial life form on a Ring home surveillance camera. The company says the winner will receive $50,000 payments over the course of 2 decades. So in order to take part of the contest, you must be at least 18 years old. Submit footage by November 3rd before midnight.
Oh, that's it? And, you know, find an alien? That might be the hardest part of that, right?
Well, Sherry, if you have a Ring camera, what I can do, I can dress up as an alien. I can go ahead and walk in front of of your camera, and then we can get the money.
Yeah, I mean, it's real proof. It's a real person, right? Yeah, we'll look into that.
Yeah, let's work on that. And this forecast is great for today.
Yeah, nothing scary here. So it's looking great. Real fall-like temps today, but even cooler temps on the way tomorrow. Chilly morning though, so this time tomorrow we'll definitely need those sweaters and jackets, Sean. I know you're excited, and I hope everybody else is too.
I am, and I'm getting ready for my hot chocolate with some marshmallows. That sounds really good. Pull out the blanket and the pea coat.
Bring it on.
Yeah, and bring out my fall outfits. I can't wait. Well, that's all the time we have for you right now. We're back at 9 o'clock, so come on and join us. We'll see you then.